It's not fair. Why does everyone like her better? Because you lock girls in boxes. I'm loud and weird and annoying and no one likes me at all. Oh, we're going. Okay. How's it going? I'm Omori, and the economy is so bad that I am chasing my dreams and making my dream game, All the Promised Burn, an exploration fantasy political drama about an assassin finding new meaning after the war. It is being made in RPGmaker MZ, but I'm low-key a fake gamer girl. I pretty much only play Genshin Impact and Infinity Nikki regularly. So today, we are going to be catching up on the last 10 years of RPGmaker history. So if you go to GameStats.com here with me, you'll see this really cool list of games that came out organized by revenue. I am going to look at the storefronts of the top 10 tagged RPG Maker, and then I'm going to play the top 5 from least to most revenue. And then we'll tell you what I learned from it. I would definitely play all of them, but I don't have infinite money. So if you would like me to play all of them, then you can make me by donating to my Ko-fi. Just donate the cost of the game that you want, and I will make your Omori game playing dreams come true. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do is add a second tag here, story rich, because I'm looking to compete mostly on story. I'm not really going to be able to compete on gameplay just by the nature of the kind of game that I'm making. My game isn't gonna have combat, it's just gonna have puzzles and exploration. So we're gonna focus on other games that also just have puzzles and exploration. So now we've got our top 10. Omori, To the Moon, OneShot, Coffin of Andy and Leyley, Lisa the Painful, Changed, Rakuen, Tales of the Black Forest, Mad Father, the remake, and The Witch's House remake. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through one by one, analyze the Steam page and the trailer, and then for the top 5, we'll actually play those games. And maybe if it's really good, I will play more than just the first hour of them for this video.
Editing bell interruption here. I just realized that for this whole video I say gross revenue instead of net revenue. So every time I say gross revenue or grossing at, I actually mean net revenue, so I really apologize for this oversight.
Number 10, Witch's House. So I watched all of Witch's House way back in 2012 when it was first released because I didn't realize it was a horror game at the start. And I got fooled. Now low-key, I hate horror as a genre, but that's just because the goal of the genre is to be scared and anxious. Intellectually, I understand the benefits of that, but emotionally, I don't really feel them. I feel plenty fearful and anxiousness from just watching the news and seeing the state of the world, so I'm good. But Witch's House was just so beautiful at the time that there was something always about it that just kind of spoke to me, you know? Grossing at an estimated 890,000 USD, it describes itself as a young girl, Viola, is drawn inexorably to a mysterious manner that seems to change behind her back. It is a place of pain, turmoil, and death. Plumb its detestable depths and abominable history, untangle riddles that bar your perilous path, and flee the hellish halls of the Witch's House. I will say, I don't like the capsule art. It doesn't seem to really fit the vibe of the rest of the game to me, but I guess they can get away with it because the game's famous. Notice the screenshots don't really have any horrific things, just like vaguely dark, spooky vibes. And lots of purple too, because purple, as we all know, is the color of corruption. All right, so the text is explaining what's going on visually. Music's really muted, not bombastic. It doesn't really seem like it fits the trailer length. But look, it does tell this mini story of the one puzzle with the bear. No sound effects though, that's a little weird. Lots of deaths. Derek Liu, the fancy trailer man who's sort of famous for doing video game trailers, says that you don't typically want to show deaths unless it's a horror game or like a Souls-like, where death is kind of part of the experience. But yeah, it's kind of weird. The deaths at the end do have sound effects also. The rest of the trailer does not. I swear the game has sound effects. Surely it does, it's a horror game. Some of the aspects of Witch's House that are inevitably making it into All the Promised Burn are the way the simple puzzles work. Very point-and-click adventure-esque, like the ones you see in the trailer where the bear doesn't fit, so you chop its arms and legs off to give it to the ghost chef, but then the teddy bear's ghost chases you. I don't think the instant deaths are the vibe for Isaya though, but I want a couple of the sort of dexterity puzzles. They'd be more low-key though, just to keep movement in the game fresh, since movement's going to be a large chunk of the game. No spoilers for the ending of Witch's House, but when I first watched the whole thing way back when, I thought the ending was really fun, but I don't think it being purposefully confusing or obtuse made the game better. I think it made it more chunibyo. And if you don't know what that is, that's like this sort of youthful understanding of what's deep. It's sort of like this middle school edgy cool. Did you have that one girl in your middle school that growled and said she was a werewolf? That's sort of the vibe of what chunibyo means. And that's fine, but I don't know if it necessarily is improving the experience for me. However, I still think that the fact that that it has like stuck around this long, it's made this much money, that I like stayed through the whole thing to the end despite not liking horror, there must have been something really compelling about it. So it could just be that there's a formative, for me, it was a formative piece of media, so I just, like it because of nostalgia. But it could also be that, it's got some sort of magic at its core that is still speaking to its larger audience. And the 890,000 gross revenue says that it did. It did, in fact, speak to a larger audience. Mad Father. Okay, this one I haven't seen a full playthrough of, but you know what I mean. But I am generally aware of how the story goes, and I also know that the remake changed a bunch of stuff, like subtly, in some ways that didn't make sense and in some ways that did. And so thanks, analysis videos on YouTube. Love the capsule art in this one, by the way. This literally looks what I'd expect capsule art to look like for this game. It shows the central conceit, the mad father trying to turn Alice into the doll or whatever. And the screenshots, we've got 3 with creepy dialogue that emphasize the story, and 2 with the minigames. So I think that's a really good balance for like that's. It's neat little screenshots here. Grossing at 990,000, Steam describes it as Witness the Tale of the Most Foolish Family, a remake of the classic horror exploration game, makes its way to Steam. The trailer begins with a child la-la-laing, very innocent, flashbacking, and then we get the midnight clock and running around the dark house, creepy close-up illustrations, previews some of the jump scares and the monsters, and then we end in the box art. Excellent, succinct, captures the vibe of the game perfectly. The allure of the game, the feeling, and the overall story, perfect. No notes. That's, if you liked that, you would probably like the rest of the game. At number 8, we've got Tales of the Black Forest. I've never heard of this. Grossing at 1 million, though, Tales of the Black Forest describes itself as in a world filled with yokai. A surging dark power has overshadowed a Japanese town. A group of 2 developers have produced a Japanese pixel art adventure game to tell a tale that dates back to the Heisei era in the name of dreams and passion. Wow, weird. Okay. Capsule looks compelling, I assume, anyway. We've got the face title and then the green foresty vibes. In the screenshots, we've got pixel art with glowy lighting over the top, but illustrated character art. Very simple gradient UI, sort of classic modern JRPG stuff. Very simple, some of these look like they're walking around in different areas with bluish nighttime areas, and then these film grain filter green areas. I assume those are the haunted ones or something, based on the title. So yeah, let's do the trailer. Slow roll credits, all Japanese though, so I don't know what's happening. Characters showing up. What is this, like a dating sim? What the heck? Why are we showing me the character art? Okay, after that I have no idea what the game is about. Probably not helped by the lack of English. It's also tagged horror, but the music is giving dating sim until the static at the end. Second trailer. No, also happy music, okay? Yeah, these places also are really lacking depth without their sound because we don't have any sound effects or ambience here. Shaking isn't scary here because the music's too cheery. Yeah, okay, if it was in English, maybe I'd feel differently. But I can tell you, I do not know what you do in this game based off of this trailer. Maybe this is like a cultural thing because this looks like it's a non-English game. I think it said it's a Japanese game. So maybe in Japan, this is like more standard for how you market a horror game, but I don't know what's happening. I don't get it. Let's see, the descriptions say it's puzzles and narrative, so maybe it would actually be a good comp for All the Promised Burn. So if I do this again, I'll actually play this one. Number 7, Rakuen. I have actually played this one. I really liked Rakuen. I like Lord Shigehara's music even more though. It's very charming. Simple puzzles, but I didn't beat Rakuen though. I do like the dedicated mom button. Press F to mom. That's, all games should have a press F to mom. Grossing at 1.3 million USD, a hospitalized boy comes to terms with his own story by traveling with his mom to a beautiful fantasy world, ultimately helping his fellow patients find closure by walking a mile in their shoes. The capsule art is the characters plus title plus background. That's a great combo, much like the last one, but I like the composition in this one better, I think. Screenshots look like they're mostly story, so that probably shows that proportionally the game is mostly story. But you've got the art in all these different locations, and that shows you the variety of content. That's good. Content variety is important, especially if you have it, you gotta showcase it, you gotta flaunt it. Yeah, so we got the trailer opens, and oh my god, we have an actual child actor pleading with their mom. Oh, and the child, okay, yeah, so the child's clearly dying from cancer or something. And you got the shots of the hospital. It's very sterile and white, and then the fantasy world is charming. Okay, that's good. That's a good contrast. You've got movement of location and feeling through the trailer. And now we're going to distorty, shadowy, static monsters. And then we end on the hospital bed in the fantasy world. The worlds colliding. I love that. See, and then the music for this one was clearly designed for the trailer, and I like that a lot better. Unlike some of the other ones we've heard, I think the music is carrying the journey of this trailer, and I think that's really important. Probably on account of Laura Shigihara being a musician first and foremost. I love this page. I think it does a great job of conveying the cute, cozy vibes with a handful of scary moments, and I think the white clinical hospital juxtaposed to the colorful, very green world is a great combo that really sells the experience of the game. Number 6, Changed. Also never heard of this. At an estimated 1.4 million USD. Changed says it's a game about you are trapped in an experiment, trying to find a way to make you still yourself. Persevere and survive. It's a furry, not safe for work game. I'm not in the target audience for that at all. The simple white title on black background capsule art would not tell you that. Neither would these screenshots, which are giving little guy energy. Like, even these two at the end, I think, could kind of just be like a normal dude with cat ears. Like, he could be a Nekomimi or whatever. But I guess the trailer makes it clear because it starts with 8-bit music and you walking around the lab, but then it very quickly turns into creatures slurping the little guy, and then he turns into a furry. Wow, cool! Also, we end on more stack monsters. At 5th place, we have Lisa the Painful. I actually got to do QA for this game back when I worked at Serenity Forge, so I 100%ed all of it. And I got the absolute pleasure of making sure there were no instances or mentions of minors drinking or smoking in the game. Wow. Which is extremely funny because this was requested to us for the Sony release, for the PlayStation release, and it's very funny because when you realize that Sony did not ask us to remove the nipple scene, and if you know what I'm talking about, you will realize exactly how funny that is. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I can't really recommend Lisa. It is a very difficult story about a world in which women have all vanished, except for the one not named Lisa, notably, and all the grimdark things that probably realistically happened to her. It's about toxic masculinity and addiction and cycles of abuse, and I think it does it very well. It's got this sort of absurdist horror lens that it uses to lighten the mood to make some of these things even like vaguely palatable, but even then, like, it's really dark. And given how difficult the subject matter is, I think that's the main reason why I don't feel like I can recommend it to the average person. It's probably great for its target audience that seems to be like young men who find themselves in a very hostile world, and how they're going to figure out their complicated feelings towards women, and it would probably come to help them reckon with these sort of traditionally masculine ideals and how, when taken to the extreme, like strength or protectiveness or ambition or being unfazed by difficult situations, how all of these can turn into addictive or violent or abusive cycles when they're taken to the extremes. And the problem is, I don't really need that kind of catharsis in my life, so I did not personally enjoy Lisa. But I think that as a game, it deserves to exist, that people who enjoy Lisa are probably getting a lot out of it. And that being said, I do think that the capsule art has the body horror and humor all sort of wrapped up into it. It's a very well represented in the store. The trailer and its captions show Buddy vanishing and then you having to go find all the people to help you save her, and the grocery cart races and the cutting off your own arm and the Russian roulette. Like, that's all great. That's all in there. That's a really great representation of what it is. Though then again, Lisa's also pretty well known, so I don't think the trailer is as critical in this case to marketing the game. I think you can honestly just be like, we re-released Lisa and make at least some money. Apparently about 4.9 million USD of it. Yeah, Lisa has such a cheery menu, honestly. Oh, poor baby. It's the title card though. Woo, woo. Oh yeah, just toss the baby. Yep. Oh no, the bottles. Oh, it's my dad and my sister. Oh no. Oh, I'm gonna do the drugs so I don't have to think about my dad and sister and the fact that my dad probably beat my sister to death or she committed suicide or something. Oh, buddy, no. Oh, we tried to quit doing joy, but then we crawled back down the cliff to get the joy anyway. Oh no. There was like a really powerful one combo thingy, but I don't remember. It like made you do a Hadouken. I do like that it's a more interactive system than like just turn-based. You kind of press buttons for the blah blah blah, throw them in battle, pick them up. Okay, yeah. Ooh. Oh, okay. So in the original version of this, in like difficult version of this game, the crows I think explode after you interact with them, so you have limited saves. So you always love that. Also, you can jump off this cliff right here. Yeah, and it just ends the game. And if you didn't save, you're kind of screwed. It's great. I love Lisa. Oh, look at the little splish splash when you walk through the blood. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. That's fun. Secret's out, Brad. She's gone. Oh, no. Rip, buddy. Oh. It's really cool because he, like, came in every day. God! Okay, if I remember correctly, I think this tent is one of the ones. So normally when you rest at a tent, it like there's like a risk that your party members get kidnapped or something, or that you can get hurt or something. But I think this is one of the safe ones, so we'll just like rest here for tonight. I do like the nighttime music. It is very dramatic. Oh, guess it wasn't one of the safe ones. Okay, that's fine. I love Lisa. Oh, here we go. Here's the guy. Tommy, don't play with matches. How'd you even get those, sport? Here, I'll do voices. Give them to... Oh, shit. What do you want? I'm looking for a child. This is my orphanage. All these kids have been abandoned. I'm taking care of them because no one else will. Why are you... Uh-oh, Tommy. Haha, now look what you did. It's okay, sport. We'll get that put out. Hey, could you hand me that bucket of water? You got the bucket. You fool! Not that bucket. That was my gasoline bucket. That bucket. Get that bucket of water, quick. I want you to know that no matter what you do here, you were too late. This is the second most tragic thing to happen in my life. That's probably my favorite joke in all of Lisa. That's Pete Curry, and it's all downhill from there. Number 4, The Coffin of Andy and Leyley. The titular game of this video. For the record, I don't support incest or cannibalism in real life.
Hi, Editing Bell here again. So my council members have informed me that apparently there's a huge controversy surrounding this game, and like the creator got doxxed or something, and the people in the community are weird, and I just want to say that I didn't realize that before making this section of the video. I only looked at the Steam page, and I've seen a couple of YouTube shorts in which people interacted with it in a very regular manner. They went, wow, there sure is incest and cannibalism in this game, and it's bad. And that's kind of how I also was interacting with it. And I feel like, from what I've seen, which is admittedly only the first episode, that the content in the game is not necessarily handled poorly either. It is definitely handled with a sort of clear indication that it's not endorsing this, that it thinks these things are bad, and it's just a sort of a character study on the situations in which these bad things might occur. But I understand also if, that sort of content just really isn't for you, feel free to skip to the next game. I've got timestamps for all the games down in the description. So yeah, so please engage with this my take on this game in good faith, because I was also engaging with this media in good faith, and I am not aware of the larger, and I, at the very least, at the time when I was recording this, I was not aware that there was a larger controversy around this whole thing. So thank you very much.
Grossing at 6.3 million USD. It describes itself as a walk and talk adventure with light puzzling. Brother and sister practice cannibalism after witnessing a botched satanic ritual. The capsule art clearly shows the siblings possibly about to kiss in the coffin. Oh, it's in early access. And it looks like more of the game's chapters still need to be released, but even so, the screenshots already depict a cartoony, sort of paper cutout vibe of a world, limited color palette, excellent evocative choice in my opinion. Something that seems very easy for a developer to create, sort of by themselves or in a small team, while still being able to create this sort of larger world. I like that the limited color palette has the colors feel sort of otherworldly, but the black and white stuff feels mundane and almost grimy. I think it's a great contrast. Ooh, trailer's only 45 seconds, but it shows the cult stuff, the puzzling. Looks like it depicts the siblings probably eating a person, having an interpersonal conflict. Wow, a lot is happening in 45 seconds. Yeah, I'm very excited. So let's get into it. Good morning, Ashley. Ugh. As much as you love feeling sorry for yourself, it's time for a little interlude. It's titled Find Nutrients Not to Die. Relatable. Ready, set, go! Oh my god. Some can unpaid bills that cannot be eaten. This is where you and your older brother pile your trash. It's already been scavenged several times and is truly and utterly exhausted as a food source. But wait, what's that? Amazing! You should show that to your brother. Oh my god, it's white noise! How thrilling! Who wouldn't love being stuck at home with entertainment like this? Ta-da! We're not eating that. Huh? No, that's the very last thing we have, Ashley. I think we should hold on to it a little longer. Quit your complaining. She didn't even say anything. You're energetic enough to go rummaging through our trash, so clearly you're not dying yet. Yet? Huh? How did you know it was in... Because I hid it there, away from you. Gasp! I live in a den of snakes. Ugh, don't rile me up. You're making me hungry. No, what would help with that, Andrew, my dear? Oh god, it's starting. No, put the tomatoes away. Put them in my mouth? I will. I can see your heart is set on this. Fine, let's eat them. Screw our future selves. Time for you to cook some tomatoes. Well, how is it? At this point, you could feed me a can of worms and I'd say it's the best thing I ever ate. Kiss ass. No, I'm not saying that's how hungry I am. In that moment, an ominous sound assaults your eardrums. Are you kidding me? The neighbor's at it again? Want to go take a peek? Nope. But I'll come along if you do. Oh my god. After reminiscing all night, you wake up, as one does. Instead of ruminating upon your misery, you decide to clean the house up for a bit. Ooh, yeah, this is some truly riveting gameplay. Oh, honestly though, I do the same thing. The shelf I broke. Honestly, same, Ashley. Yeah. Oh, good. Excellent. Damn it, Ashley, I told you not to overdo it. Oh, good. So, parasites. It's been a few months. Are you feeling anything? Hunger. You think something would happen to us by now. But I haven't noticed anything. That nurse never came back either. Like, don't you want to monitor us? Ugh, who cares? Me, Ashley, I care. Well, I don't care nor care that you care. Aside from the starving, it's not so bad here. Oh my god. Come again? Aside from starving, I like it here. Well, I don't. I want to jump off the balcony. Ooh, I'll race you. Haha. No, seriously, let's go. Let's not, though I appreciate your eagerness to join me. But it's too romantic, so I'll pass. No, Andrew, no. Excuse me? What, don't you see it? I just imagine hitting the ground together with such force that our bodies turn into a pile of gory mush, never to be separated. Our remains will get so tangled they have to bury us in the same coffin. Oh yay, they're gonna die. Good, excellent. Might as well. We've been confined together in this coffin of an apartment for what feels like an eternity already. Good, excellent. Normal sibling behavior. So the demon really just killed this guy. Okay. That's a lot of meat, you think to yourself. What? Out loud, apparently. Good. Though, I mean, is it still illegal if we didn't kill the guy? Is what illegal? Well, you know. Oh, you want to eat him! Isn't that what you were insinuating? Nah, I was just making an observation. But eat, Andrew. You will not waste this. Right. Andrew takes a bite of your cooking. Under your watchful eye, he slowly finishes his plate. Oh, good. 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 I'm glad. Yeah, good for them. Good. Excellent. Just fuck off, Ash. I think she is. Oh, dream sequence. Oh, flashback. Flashback time. I should teach her a lesson. You're my brother. Mine. I'll make her think twice before stealing from another woman. It's not fair. Why does everyone like her better? Because you lock girls in boxes. I'm loud and weird and annoying and no one likes me at all. Okay. I like you better, Leyley. Yup. Good. Prove it, liar. Oh, good. God damn it. Oh my god, he is gonna lock this girl in this box with her. Cough, Ashley. Oh, yeah, and the girl's gonna die. This girl's gonna die of asthma. There, are you happy now? Hey, yes! Oh my god. I think I love this game. So these two are so toxic and I love it. I want to see them get better, but I also want to see them get worse. And okay, I've seen a lot of hate for Leyley in like YouTube shorts about this game, like of streamers playing it. And so I sort of got this impression that Andy's just like a soft boy that can do no wrong, kind of to the point that I actually thought he was the protagonist before I played this, and that so the whole game was just you being egged into increasingly more messed up situations that your sister was putting you into. But he's not. It's you're the messed up sister. And so like then and like I'm just saying he's the one who keeps like killing everybody, and then he's like, oh, I did bad things and now I don't want to suffer the consequences for it. Like, I know this is just episode 1, and Leyley is like clearly a very manipulative little brat. But Andy also absolutely like has so many problems, and they're just both so responsible for the bad choices being made here, and I'm very excited to see where it goes. I'm also really excited now that All the Promised Burn is being comped to this game on its Steam page, because I think given how much I like it, that there will be target audience overlap between the two of these games. The writing is just so quippy and good, the dialogue is electric, the characters like just feel correct for the environment that they're in. I love the art style, again, and I think it works super well for what the developer's going for. It makes it so that these more difficult subject matters can be like slightly more digestible, because I think this would be a way grosser game if you had done this with like a hyper-realistic style, you know what I mean? I think the puzzles are at just the right difficulty for what I want them to be. Like, they actually make me think about the environment that I'm actually in without being ridiculously overwrought. And they're honestly making me want to add more intermediary steps to the All the Promised Burn puzzles that I currently have up in my noggin. So, like, sort of adding more scaffolding to get to my more complicated endings. Because right now, I think my puzzles are probably too hard. Also, at 6.3 million USD, but the game isn't done, so people are willing to jump into it at this point, which understandable given like its quality that I've just seen. But if I'm able to release all the promised burn before all the story is in, and it's just like the gameplay, like I release it episodically, it might be able to come out sooner than a year. Who knows? Only if you, my lovely parasocialites, are down for an episodic release, then like let's make it happen. Yeah. Number 3, OneShot. Grossing at 9.2 million USD, though notably it also has its World Machine edition that has earned about 470,000 USD. It describes itself as OneShot is a surreal top-down puzzle adventure game with unique gameplay capabilities. You are to guide a child through a mysterious world on a mission to restore its long-dead son. The world knows you exist. Ooh, spooky. It's capsule art here, very moody. I think it's a shot of its protagonist holding an orb, which I assume is important, probably this long dead son, I assume. And it's part of the O in OneShot. That's so cute, that's clever. And once again, purple, color of corruption. Excellent, excellent. Screenshots depict mostly environment here, though we've got some illustrations that we can assume are from key story moments. And okay, notably the description down here has these weird italics that I assume are part of some sort of ARG thing, but I don't care enough to figure it out yet. So like if you are interested in ARGs though, go to the Steam page, go read the thing, maybe it'll tell you something cool. Right, let's jump into the trailer. All right, computer code and our best enemy, static. Woo, woo. We got simple music, box X music, love it. Okay, setting the tone. Chasing the indie darling dream right there. Yep, small child, big scary world, okay, yeah. Yeah, looking at these shots, I don't know if there's gonna be a lot of gameplay outside of walking around and talking to people. I know the game has puzzles, but we've shown none of them, and I think that might be a misstep. Maybe it isn't, because they made multiple millions of dollars, so what do I know? All right. Cool, well, since I'm cultured, I will reveal to you that I do know that OneShot is called as such because originally, if you closed the game, everyone died, which is terrifying. And that's why it was called OneShot, because you had one shot to beat the game. Now they decided to do this, they decided to do away with this for the Steam version though, because they're cowards. No, just kidding. I think that's actually a really good choice. I think that most people probably were not gonna play a game that's experimental. I'm sorry. I know I know that it would be way cooler if they had stuck with it, but let's be real, the average gamer is not gonna do that. Also, since I'm cultured, I do in fact know the basic premise, enough that I can tell you that OneShot is the sort of game that is probably best played with knowing nothing about it. So you're like kind of supposed to go in blind. So if I were you, I would jump down to the Moon before I spoil it for you in 3, 2, 1. Because in OneShot you play as God and God of the world, but I assume not the creator because I didn't make OneShot. And the characters talk to you, but you can't talk back. I know that, and I've heard great things. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how this actually plays out. Why are there no WASD controls? Hello? Hi. Okay. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, I guess we'll try this again. I don't know. Should I just guess? Am I supposed to know this? Is it in a file somewhere? Okay. Okay. Oh my god, thank god. You found me. Oh, why? Oh god, you're already too late. How much of the world remains? You will be good. Things will be apparent once you go outside. Please remember saving. Still want to try. Then remember this. Your actions here affect Nico. Nico needs to leave. Oh. Okay, we lit the fire. Now we're gonna go to the basement. Okay, we equipped the basement. Nope, we didn't equip the basement key. Fuck. I hate this. I hate. Neat. Oh, he's Nico. They're trying to pass the message. Belle! Belle, that's me! I'm Belle! I'm their god! Belle's here also! Belle with my guidance! Oh no! I won't! No! Yeah, you haven't contacted me. Yeah, talk to me, bro. Oh my god, focus. Yeah, Nico. Hi. Hello? Belle, are you there? Wow, I am, yeah. I'm not gonna troll him. Yes. Oh, what a baby. What a cute baby. He actually heard someone. They said their name is Belle. Yeah, I use she, her pronouns. What is that? Ah, I'm here! Oh, it's a robot. Okay. Okay, good. Thanks, Nico. Nico, you're really a little tired. You want a nap? Okay. Oh, the game closed. Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna go turn a light on. Hang on. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. So I'm worried that this is the kind of game that is measuring how much time I'm away from the game, like Animal Crossing. And if I'm gone too long, I'm worried everyone will still die or something. And that Nico will be really sad, at least. It is really funny that the game hunted down my name. I was like, oh, that's me. Yeah. Despite me being prepared for the fourth wall break, it was still really cute. That still got me. The atmosphere is like really oppressive, but not overly so. I like that the footstep sounds and the music are like they are really creating this really rich soundscape in my head. I don't like that there's no WASD controls. I also think I might be too stupid for this game because I had to look up the very first puzzle. Like that's ridiculous. So anyway, I think that this game is stressful and I don't like it. I think it's probably good, but I don't like it. It's stressful, guys. It's stressing me out. Number 2, To the Moon. All right, To the Moon is the game that got me into game dev. This is not a joke. When I was little, I thought, oh, companies make games. But I really never thought I would actually be able to make video games. And then when I saw the credits roll in To the Moon, and there were like 5 names in it, I went, people make games. And I'm people. I could make games. So I decided that's what I'm doing for the rest of my life, and here I am. Oh, and also, I like platypuses to this day. It's not like I learned about platypuses from To the Moon, but platypuses became special to me too, in the same way they were to River. To the Moon describes itself as a story-driven experience about 2 doctors traversing backwards through a dying man's memories to artificially fulfill his last wish. It's currently grossing at about 12 million USD. But it also came out in 2011, so keep that in mind. It has the benefit of time on its side in this case to a certain extent, as well as coming out during an era when there were fewer indie games. Capsule art, purple and orange again. Maybe I'm in good company here. And we got title, characters, and moon. Good combo, good combo. Probably it's got the vibes down. Screenshots are interesting here. I don't know why they have the joke one-off combat gag here, but I do like that they show the timeline so that you kind of get the sense that you're traveling back in time throughout the life. I do think, okay, so looking at this trailer, I think this is way too long, but it probably came out at a different time, you know, back in the good old days before TikTok attention spans. Yeah, slow piano music, text overlay explains story, pretty art. I could just sit here forever. Oh, no. No. Okay. Oh god, I do not like these controls. Oh god. Oh. I do not like this. That sucker, let's roll. Oh, I remember how much creepier this room was the first time around when I didn't know that there were no jump scares in here. The music and the rabbits, they do a really good job. This is not as funny as I remember it being. That's kind of sad. Oh, the little victory. Ugh, the music. It's so good. Whoops, I played that for like an hour, and I was only gonna do 30 minutes because I've beaten the game, so I didn't really need to play it again. It's really good. So, does it hold up after 14 years? No, I don't really think so. I think the music is still gorgeous. I think that the autistic rep is still important in this day and age, especially when we have like major politicians spreading disinformation about what it's like to have autism. But I don't think that the particular rep in this is as revolutionary in this day and age. At the same time, I think the jokes are very 2012. I mean, I definitely thought this game was way funnier back in 2012. The line writing just doesn't hit the same as I think it used to, but I still love Riffer's little eye twitches and her animations. That's lovely. And I also genuinely cried when they discussed medical debt and the market crashes, possibly because that's just too real for me now. So yeah, wow. Tale as old as industrialism, I guess. And this brings us to the current #1 king of all RPGmaker games, Omori. Grossing at 28 million USD, explore a strange world full of colorful friends and foes. When the time comes, the path you've chosen will determine your fate, and perhaps the fate of others as well. Okay, so it sounds like a choices matter sort of adventure game sort of dealio. We got the capsule art here, and it is just the title and a light. I assume the light is important to the story. Maybe like the dying sun from OneShot, but for Omori. No purple here though, but there's purple in the screenshots, so that's the important part. All right, let's see. Screenshots, we've got 3 combat, 1 that's an inventory shot, looks like 3 dialogues, shots in different locations, and each with different jokes, so that's good. And then 1 blank room that reminds me of the title card here. All right, trailer-wise. Oh, the music is just aggressively Japanese inspired. Okay, love that. Excuse me, I don't think it's a Japanese dev, though. Love the paper and the photography elements here. Very eerie, very surrealist. Love the mixed media. I think it's going to really manage its tones well then, given this combo. It's sort of straddling that whimsical, frightening line, and oh look, static monsters! And Yume Nikki inspired sections, oh! Honestly, at this point, I kind of feel like I have to add static monsters and Yume Nikki inspired sections to All the Promised Burn. Like, it just feels like people expect it at this point. Well, cool. Well, let's see this infamous game. I know that it was inspired by Earthbound, and that's basically it. So let's get into it. Caution everybody, depression, suicide, bad stuff happening. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't like this. Yeah, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. No. Okay, I like this. Hey, this is really cute. Look at this. Look at this, like, photo book thing. I want one of these, and you say it. And, like, the background is parallaxing. And, oh, and look at me, I'm depresso. Oh no, I have to rescue my friend. I haven't even done the tutorial yet. I don't know how to fight. What does this mean? Okay, I hope this kills him, because otherwise I'm toast too. Also, I'm just stabbing this man. It's a playground fight. Why? Yes, perfect. Oh, here's the tutorial. Okay, let's do this. Okay, this absolutely does not have enough feedback. I have no... Why did he miss? Did I do something wrong? What, like, I don't... This is not enough feedback. Or I don't know if I'm doing the right thing at all. I'm just kind of smashing buttons. I don't know if I pressed anything. Oh, she's losing it. Oh, he's losing it? Oh, good. Oh, good. That's what I wanted. Yep. Alright, maybe in my menu. Okay. Yeah, self-harm. Yep, let's do it, buddy. Let's go. Yep, carve the door into yourself. Yep. Good. Oh, the stare trauma. Oh, the stare trauma. Oh, the stare anxiety. Oh, boy. Nope, just keep... stab it. Just... You're gonna eat a steak? With that much anxiety? Dude, you are not gonna keep that down. That's a steak. Okay, when I get anxious, safe food is like soup. You are gonna be sick eating a whole steak. I don't think you... I mean, I guess I'm glad you're eating. That's important. Always eat, guys. No, he's sick. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's about that's about what I expected. Oh, I don't care. Oh, I don't want to be here. I don't want to stare at the door. Dear people who told me this game was like Undertale. Why? No, it isn't. Okay, so atmosphere, great. Love how mysterious everything is. It does ick me out a lot though. I was stressed the whole time. Like I said, I don't do good with horror, and a lot of the stuff is horror adjacent, so I'm like, you know, like I'm just vibrating over there, but like it's probably good, yeah. White space. The white space feels bad, man. I don't like it, which is what it's supposed to feel like, so good on them. It is doing a great job of portraying what depression is like. And like in the way that like it both kind of feels like nothing, but also like dark stuff doesn't seem as dark. And there's like clearly the trauma with the stairs somehow, like maybe Sunny is agoraphobic after some sort of self-harming event, which is sort of what I got from the stabbing and stuff, or someone else's self-harming event maybe, because Basil vanished. The headspace itself, very earthboundy. All the surrealist humor stuff, that's not really to my personal taste, but I understand the appeal. I really like the eggs on the floor. That's like one of my favorite parts. Combat system seems easy and simple to grasp so far, even though I'm bad at it right now. And I'll be excited to see how it builds on itself. And I like that Hero seems to be the kind of person that Sunny would like to be. I think that that's a really clear symbol there, and I'm really excited to see how that builds, or if like Hero dies or something, and it's like the death of Sunny's like hopes and dreams or something. I don't feel any particular affection for any of the other characters though, and this is possibly just because we're too early on, but they all kind of seem like they have one personality trait, and I'd like them all to at least have two. So, what did we learn? 1. Put static monsters and creepy Yume Nikki references into your RPG Maker game. Even if you're not horror, I guess, because I'm looking at you, Rakuen. We had static monsters in that too. I don't know how necessary that was, but we have them. 2. Make your gameplay clear in your screenshots. I think this is just a good idea in general, that you should know what the game is going to be like before you buy it, because if I wasn't making an RPG Maker game, I would have no idea what Tale from the Black Forest is, and I wouldn't like try to find out. I would just be like, whatever, I guess. I don't know. I'm not gonna spend money on a game I don't know what it is, so that's probably a good idea. 3, I hate when they only let me use the arrow keys, let me use WASD. I hate Z and X's interaction buttons also, oh my god. And I really need sound in my game. I need footsteps, especially, and I miss Ace Attorney's little text boops. I like the boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, I need that in my life, I guess. I know that not everyone's a fan of them, but I do. I need that, especially if you don't have voice acting. Omori, To the Moon, and Lisa's controls all driving me up a wall a little bit. They're all like a little sticky. OneShot was a little finicky too, in the menus and stuff. Coffin and Andy and Leyley didn't get in my way when I tried to play it. I liked that. I want to probably steal their control scheme. 4, chairs. All the chairs must have a tile of unwalkableness underneath them to avoid the specific type of layering issues that I've been encountering. If you don't know, I spent like 8 hours trying to get chairs to work in All the Promise Burn, and that was like 7 too many hours. Honestly, I should have just played a video game to figure out how they work before this, but now I know, and I can make my chairs work in the future. 5, interaction indicators. I'm gonna need them for my game, because I don't just want to walk against the wall and press buttons. I kind of want to actually like know what is interactable, so I really liked the way the indicator appeared over the player's head in Coffin of Andy and Leyley, so I'll probably be stealing that. 6, pacing is really crucial. Now, I don't want to pretend like I have a mastery of pacing, but I did really get to see what kind of pacing I personally like. To me, Coffin of Andy and Leyley really felt the best paced for like my modern day taste. Although To the Moon was clearly very good because like I was only gonna play it for the 30 minutes to get the footage, and then I played it for a full hour, so you know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I just kept thinking I was gonna do like one more scene, and then you know I kept going. Omori, OneShot, and Lisa all felt a little slow to me, but that's possibly because they are all a little bit more horror oriented, so they're not. So the content may not be as interesting to me personally when it does show up. So when it happens, I'm like getting less of a like dopamine bump than I would if I was more in the target audience there. That being said, I also did increase the walk speed to maximum in Coffin of Andy and Leyley, so I bet that helped. I think I just really want to get to the next thing faster usually, and I think that's probably something that a lot of modern gamers probably feel, where they have, because we all have the TikTok brain rot or whatever now, right? So we gotta step things up a little. But the biggest question comes down to, what do all of these games have in common? What is the thing that's making them work with their audiences? And I think what it is they all have that balance, a perfect balance of dark, heavy emotions and a light, humorous touch, light, humorous moments. And the balance, though, is generally more in favor of the dark elements than I think a lot of mainstream titles might have. For example, Lisa's humor is setting orphans on fire, right? Or in Omori, you have the sweet fantasy land that's all a cover for Sunny's trauma about something that is clearly really big, and it's somebody definitely died or hurt themselves, or went missing or something. It's not good. I mean, To the Moon is about life and death. It's about the beauty of life, and then but at someone while someone is on death's door, and also about the regrets of life. OneShot is the most lighthearted of all these so far, and it's still about the end of the world. Oh, and then obviously Andy and Leyley is quippy and cartoony to counter the fact that it is about cannibalism. All this to say, maybe All the Promised Burn is kind of angled to actually be successful if I can match that balance of dark and light. BT Dubstep's my game, All the Promised Burn, an Isaiah game, is a narrative-focused, hand-drawn adventure. Navigate an assassin through her delicate, brutal world after the war annexed her homeland. Delve deep into the geopolitics of magic, your past trauma, and the abyss beneath the world. Don't forget to wishlist All the Promised Burn on Steam, because if I get to 10K wishlists, Steam algorithm senpai will notice me too.